truth be told, Future's songs where he goes in this direction are some of his worst tracks, some of his most boring tracks, and he's decided to come out with those kinds of songs for over an hour, which of course is going to make this his worst record. This is not good. It's not good. I think this song, and maybe this record in general, is a show that you can literally bust your ass off and not make a single good sound, which is why it's important to work smarter and not harder. I'm feeling a strong 2 to a light 3 on this record. But yeah, outside of a couple of pretty good songs and a handful of decent cuts, this record was painfully underwhelming and mid. One of the most disappointing groupings of tracks Metro or Future have put their hands on, and absolutely positively not holding a candle to the original We Don't Trust You, that is for sure. Which is why I'm feeling a strong 2 to a light 3 on this one. Future's debut album isn't even 10 years old at this point. There's no reason that he shouldn't still be experimenting, evolving, and putting out his best stuff, but instead he's just running off of the fumes of copying and pasting a bunch of ideas that he helped popularize years ago. Feeling a decent 2 strong 3 on this one. The beats range from average to just unfitting for Future style. The flows, for the most part, are forgettable. The hooks, I mean, much of the time, what hooks? The content is pretty much what's to be expected in terms of like the topics Future is usually addressing. If there are any great tracks on it, they're really in the first several songs, which is why I'm feeling a strong 3 to a light 4 on this thing. Bringing Uzi and Future together for the length of an entire record essentially does nothing. It doesn't create anything we haven't heard before. It doesn't make Future sound different. It doesn't make Uzi sound different. In fact, I think it illustrates just how, I guess, one-dimensional their respective styles really are. Feeling a strong 4 to a light 5 on this one. With every new release he drops, he just folds his arms and he says, I'm gonna do the same thing I always do. I'm pretty indifferent toward this thing. I'm feeling a light to decent 5 on this. Overall, I would say putting these guys together on a full length has been pretty fruitless. It's mostly kind of listenable, but I'm indifferent toward a lot of it, and I wouldn't return to this thing outside of a couple tracks. I'm feeling a light to decent 5 on this thing. For the most part, just kind of seems like both guys riffing on some very dime a dozen trap beats with a supremely good flow, hook, or instrumental popping out here and there. I'm feeling a decent 2 strong 5 on this thing. Yeah, is it one of Future's better projects? I think so, but it's still kind of a mixed bag and sees Future, I think, lazily sauntering through some tracks, also hitting us with some bad and ridiculous and sometimes tasteless ideas on others. But again, personally, I'm feeling a strong 5 to a light 6 on this one. And I guess what's kind of sad is that the potential in them collaborating wasn't really fully explored. We just kind of got some short, enjoyable tracks. I'm feeling a light to decent 6 on this thing. It's kind of like ambient hip-hop in a way. You know, it's just supposed to hang in the background while you're doing something that you could be potentially arrested for. It won't distract you from your illegal activity. It's not too loud or interruptive to the point where anybody's going to be calling anybody over like a noise ordinance or anything like that. You know, it's just hanging back there, setting the mood. I'm feeling a strong 5 to a light 6 on this thing. Whoa, this is a really druggy, just thick, hazy, intoxicating record. Beyond that, I don't really think Future has much of anything going on this record. I'm feeling a strong 5 to a light 6 on this LP. I'm happy to hear a Future project that I can enjoy more than just a couple of tracks at a time, and that's it. While sure, still he's not the most versatile artist under the sun, and I do think the album does have some serious lyrical shortcomings. The start of it is pretty weak. The ending of it is kind of weak as well, but that is not stopping me from feeling a light to decent 7 on this thing. So yeah, the record, in my opinion, does not have the strongest first leg, and there are a few songs here and there that I think serve as potholes in the overall runtime of the album. And once again, I think Future and Metro are doing some of their best stuff together here. I mean, this is handily some of the hottest shit Future has been on since like the Monster era, which is why I'm feeling a strong 7 to a light 8 on this album. But yeah, you know, there's a lot of good highlights on that tape. And also what I love about it, which, you know, I think is just something that I miss about, you know, this particular era, is that it's a really tight project too. You know, it's like everything that you need. It's nothing you don't. It's no bull crap. It's just 13 straight bangers, you know, track for track. I would give it like a 7 or 8.